Okay, guys, today the topic of our discussion will be the irrational number. Sorry. As you know, what is rational number? In my previous video for the ninth class, I have explained it in detail what is rational, that can be written as q, and this type of form where q not equal to 0 and pq are integer. Okay, again, what is irrational? Irrational is which is not rational. Which is not rational. So if you want to go in detail what is rational, what is irrational, and their difference between, you have to watch my video, the heading irrational numbers. So I will try to set a link to that video also. You can go that and on that link and you can see that. So irrational numbers, what is irrational number? Which is not rational, and example can be taken as root 2, root 3, root 5, all are irrational numbers. Again, I have explained in decimal expansion of a number how to find that a particular number is rational or irrational. So a lot of detail is given in that video. Now in the 10th class, our topic about irrational is that how you can say root 2 is irrational. In that video I have also told how you can say root 2 is irrational, but in another way, or using fundamental theorem of arithmetic, means application of fundamental theorem of arithmetic. As in my previous video I have told what is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. I remind you, fundamental theorem of arithmetic says that any composite number can be expressed as product of prime numbers in a unique way. Means any composite number, as you know, prime number and composite number, in my previous video I have told composite number can be factorized as product of primes, factorized as primes you can say, and the expression will be unique. Okay, so one application of fundamental theorem is that how you can say the root 2 is irrational. Okay, before applying this we have to learn about a property, a small theorem which says that if p is prime number, if a prime p means there is a prime number p which is positive, matlab means positive prime number. A prime p if divides a square, then it will divide a also. Means if p divides a square, in small format you can say if p divides a square, then p also divide a. P will also divide a. Okay, very easy proof. Very easy proof. But at this level, as it is given a is not prime, you can think, because a prime number divide it, so a is composite, right? Here, without loss of generality means without going at any doubt, means in natural way, here you can say a square is composite number or a is composite number. Not prime, right? Why composite? Because it is divisible by a prime which is other than a, right? So if it is composite, what fundamental theorem says? This a square, this a can be expressed as product of primes. You can take these primes. Okay, means this composite number can be expressed as product of primes. Prime p1 prime, p2 prime, p3 prime, pn primes. What is p1, p2, pn are all primes, right? As you see, you can take any composite number, that is 12, you can write as 2, 2, 3, this type of expression. Now, as this is not digital one, this is just a number we assume, maybe any number, and these are all primes, so any composite number can be expressed as product of prime numbers. This is the definition, this is the property of fundamental theorem. What fundamental theorem says? Any composite can be expressed as product of primes. So here is composite number, and this composite number can be expressed as product of these prime numbers. Okay, now squaring both sides, what will you get? Here a square, and here p1, p2, pn can be expressed as squares, and as you know, this can be written as before this step you can also write it as product of, because power is 2, so you can write it as product of 2 ways, right? Now you can multiply them, you will get these squares. So this a square can be expressed as p1 square, p2 square, pn square, right? I think up to here I have done nothing, just a simple one. As given, what is given? A square is divisible by p, right? As given, p divides a square. And what is a square? A square is this. So p divides a square, so p is prime factor of a square. Why? Because you can see here 2 is prime factor of 12, and you easily can see that 2 divides 12. 3 is prime factor of 12, and 3 divides 12. So here p divides a square, means p is prime factor. Why prime? Because in statement we have clearly said that p is prime number. So p is factor and prime factor of a square. Now factor of a square are p1 square, p2 square, pn square, and also factor of a square is p. So can we conclude that p may be one of these factors? How? So p is one of the factors. So p is one of the factors. Also, if p is one of the factors, then p will divides the product of these factors. Okay, so p divides this product p1, p2, pn, means product of these primes will be a number and that number will be divisible by p. But as above, the product of these prime numbers is equal to a. So therefore p divides a. Application of this property will be used to prove that a particular given number is irrational. The property is clear. If p is a prime number which divides a square, then p will also divide a. Also, I can give you a note. If this p divides a cube, then p also divides a. This is the symbol of divisibility. Okay, it means p divides a cube. We will read it as, I will write p divide a. Okay, this can also be written as a is divisible by p. So a very minor point, if you write it as a is divisible by p, it means a is divisible by p, but it means p divides a, meaning is same, but the pattern of writing is a small difference. Okay, let us come to the application of these properties, and I will take example from exercise 1.3, and the first question is that we have to prove that root 5 is irrational. So we will prove it by a process, and you have to understand that process means steps. You have to remember that. Okay, so first of all, we assume that root 5 is not irrational. root 5 is not irrational. Okay, so it is rational. And a rational number can be written as root 5 equal to, in this form, a by b, with the property that a and b have no common factor other than 1. What does it mean? It means HCF of AB equal to 1, right? Nothing is common between A and B other than 1. So next step is squaring both sides. Squaring both sides, you will get as A is equal to A square equal to 5B square, right? I have multiplied, cross multiply, and we will get that A square is equal to 5B square, right? Now from this expression you can say that these are two factors, 5 and B square, and equal to this A square. As A and B nothing have common, so neither A divides B nor B divides A. Neither A divides B nor B divides A. You can say that this 5 divides A square. Here B cannot divide A square. Here B square cannot divide A square. Why? Because nothing is common between AB, means HCF of AB is 1. So these numbers does not divide itself. So you can say that 5 divides A square. Clear? Now what is our property? Property is that if a prime number divides this type of number using property, what is property? If P, a prime number, positive prime number, divides A square, then P divides A also. Okay, so here we can say 5 divide A also, right? If 5 divides this number A, then this 5 can be written as this number into anything you can take x. 5 may be written as AX. We can understand it with the help of this example. I say 3 divides 12. Okay, 3 divides 12. This 12 can be written as 3 multiply something. What is something? Something is 4. Okay, this can be written as, now 5 divides A, so this A can be written as 5x. Okay, because A is bigger than 5, so bigger number can be written as product of smaller number with the help of other one, right? as I said, 3 divides 12, and this 12 can be written as 3 multiply something, and here also 5 divides a, so this a can be written as product of 5 with a number. You can take any number like x. Now this value of a can be written here, and you will get, you can name here 1 and this is 2, and from 1 and 2 the value of a can be put here, and you will get 5x square equal to 5b square, right? And this can be written as b square equal to 5x square. Okay, means 5b square equal to 25x square, and this 25 can be make in short form with the help of 5. So b square equal to 5x square, right? Again you can say that this 5 divides b square. Again we can say 5 divides b square, right? And again using that property, what property says, five divide b also, right? 5 divides b square, 5 divides b also. Now come to the main point. 5 divides a, 5 divides b, means what does it mean? 5 is common factor of a and b, because 5 divides both. So 5 is common factor of a and b, but we have clearly said that a and b have nothing common other than 1. So our supposition, what was our supposition? That root 5 is not irrational. That is wrong. 5 is common factor of a b, but we have mentioned above that a and b have nothing common other than 1. So our supposition is wrong. Therefore root 5 is irrational. Very easy process, and also you have, I think, clearly learned about this, but I will also give you a journal one. We will prove a property which can help us in many questions. If p is prime, then root p is irrational. Okay, now p is prime. P may be anything, means p may be 2, 3, 5, 7, any number you can take. As we have in our above questions specified a number 5, now p a journal number, a journal prime number. You can put value of p any number, you will get your solution process. Okay, Now the process will be same as in the above questions. We have to prove that P is irrational, and we start it with as let P is not irrational. A number which is not irrational, so P is rational and can be written as P is equal to A by B. Also, A and B have nothing common other than 1. Okay, means HCF of AB is equal to 1. Now squaring both sides, you get P square is equal to A square by B square, and this can be written as A square is equal to P square B square. So this A square is divisible by P square. Why? Because A and B have nothing common other than 1. So by property that if P divides A square, then P divides A also. We can say that A is divisible by P square. So this A can be written as P square X, right? This is 1 and this is 2. Now this A can be put here, and you can say from equation 1 and 2 we have P square B square equal, this will be P for X. Okay, now we can say that, now we see that this so this can be written as B square equal to P square X square. Okay, now we see that this B square is divisible by P square. B square is divisible by P square. Okay, again by property, B is also divisible by P square. So what we see? We see that this P square is common factor of A and B. Common factor of A and B, which is other than 1. As we know, P is prime number and this one is not prime, and so p is different from 1. So please subscribe our channel and click on bell icon, also like our videos, so that we get inspiration from your side and we put more and more videos in a more and more discovered methods or easiest way to solve the mathematical problems, so that problems not look as a problem but it look like a game. Right, now come to the question number 2. Very easy, prove that 3 plus root 2 5 is irrational. And we will take help of the above process, as we have to prove is irrational, and process of solution will be like that. This 3 plus root 2 5 is not irrational. Okay, if it is not irrational, then we can say that it is rational. And by definition of rationality, you can say this number can be written as a by b, and this a b have nothing common other than 1. Right, you can write it as a divided by b minus 3 equal to 2 root 5, also a by 2b minus 3 by 2 equal to root 5. Right, this is left hand side and this is right hand side. Now, as a divided by b is rational, right, 3 by 2 is also rational. So the operation subtraction is applied here, and we have get this number is also rational. If you want to know about the detail of this, you have to see my video for 9th class. I will try to link that video with this, and you will get the reason why this is called rational. So this is left hand side, right? But root 5, as we have proved earlier, is irrational. Now the question arises, is it necessary to prove it? Yes. You have to prove it in your exam that root 5 is irrational. So we reach on the result LHS rational and RHS irrational, and by definition we know that a number which is rational cannot be irrational, and a number which is irrational cannot be said irrational. So the number which is rational cannot be rational, and a number which is irrational cannot be rational. So the possibility of equation number 1, so not possible. Equation 1. So therefore 3 plus root 2 5 is irrational. Right? So where is the question? Now come to the question number 3. As in the 3 question we have 3 parts, and the first part is 1, that we have to prove that 1 by 2 is irrational. The process will be same as in the above questions. We have done that. Now let, if possible, 1 by root 2 is not irrational. So it is rational. So by definition it can be written as 1 by 2 is equal to a divided by b, and here a, b have nothing common than 1, right? I will do this question roughly because steps are near about same, and you can write it as a into root 2 is equal to b, and after squaring you will get b square is equal to 2a square. And you see that here a cannot divide b and b cannot divide a, but 2 is multiply of this factor, so you can say that. Okay, so from here you can say that 2 divides b square, and by that property 2 divides b also, and so this b can be written as b equal to 2x, and this is 1 and this is 2, and from 1 and 2 what you will get this 2x square equal to a square, and a square equal to 2x square, right? Again we can say 2 divides a square means 2 divides a, and we have proved that. So 2 is common between a and b, which is not possible. If not possible, then our position wrong. So 1 by root 2 is irrational. Okay, the process is same, and you can do these questions. But if you have any query or any problem or any questions you are unable to solve that, you can write us in our comment box. I will try to solve that as soon as possible. Okay, thanks.